Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I gotta say, I am hyped. I am excited over Thursday night's Chevy C8 mid-engine reveal. Now, I have known a lot about this car. I've known a lot about how they're gonna reveal it. I've known where they're gonna reveal it. I've known all this stuff for a super long time. And something that I did was I put in several of my videos some teasers that some people picked up on, they asked questions about, and probably no one else did. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of stuff about the C8 car, and most importantly, to ensure that if you want a C8, that you can get it from the dealer of your choice, and to make sure that they are telling you the truth as far as allocations. Behind me, you can see the top of my Long Beach Red 2016 Corvette. Now, I don't think that there's anybody better to buy a Corvette from than someone who actually has purchased one. I'm also an enthusiast, and my dealership, Bachman Chevrolet in Louisville, Kentucky, is a signature Corvette dealer. So if you want to get in on the C8, you can order yours now at ownac8.com. It's right there on your screen. $1,000 deposit now. All monies go towards the purchase price of the car. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about when I'm gonna have a C8 at my store. So if you wanna see a C8, I'm gonna have one at my store. You can get updates by using this code right here. Also in the description, that link is down there as well. We're gonna talk about the order process. We're gonna talk about the allocations, and I'm gonna give you an update on pretty much everything that I know about the C8. And of course, you know there's a configurator out there to order one as well. If this is the first time that you're watching the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your bell notifications on, and leave a thumbs up on the video. Can we get 3,000 thumbs up on this video? I think we can. And if you're not somebody who has the bell notification on, that many people have the bell notification on, and I bet we can raise that by 5,000 people. So turn your bell notification on. Also, don't forget to hit the ChevyDudeStore.com. We got these awesome new key tags in there, Chevy Dude logo, the American flag, and we had one little snafu here. I have so many Canadian folks that they were like, hey, wait a second, why don't you have a Canada one? Well, I listen, I read every single comment that you do, and check that out. We now have Canada flags in the Chevy Dude store. So if you're from Canada, I can ship these up there, and check this out. Chevy Dude, eh? We got the Chevy Dude autograph along with A and the maple leaf flag up there. So these are in the Chevy Dude store right now. You can log on, get those, and I'll ship them out to you immediately. So we will start with some of the Easter eggs I put in past videos. I'm only gonna talk about 3 of them because a couple things did not get announced Thursday night. So I'm not going to spoil anything. So way back in May 2018, I'm gonna link these videos above, we had a manual transmission video, and I titled it, "Is Chevrolet Killing the Manual Transmission?" ? And in that video, I basically went over a bunch of stats, kind of boring stuff, but I just basically wanted to do the video for one purpose, and that was to basically say, hey, I know that manual transmission is going away. We have the dual clutch transmission, and that was May of 2018. Back in April of 2019, April 12th, I did a C8 scams video, basically because way back in 14 and 13, I had so many people, same with the ZR1, people sitting there saying that they can't get their car, people, you know, dealerships are over promising, under delivering. So I did that video, but right at the beginning of the video, as soon as you do that video, I have the moon landing where Neil Armstrong is basically sitting there saying this is one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And that was basically for Thursday night's video, that it was all revolved around the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. As we see, that came true. And then in May, I did one about the requirements to be a Corvette dealer, which again, we're a signature Corvette dealer. And right at the beginning of the video, I put a little blimp over my shoulder. And it was funny watching people were like, what's that blimp about? What's that blimp about? Saw all sorts of comments on that. And that was because Tustin blimp hangar is where we did the unveiling at. So those are the 3 Easter eggs that I can talk about now. I can't talk about the other ones. We'll talk about those down the road. So let's get into these allocations. These allocations are extremely important for you to get your car, to make sure that you get your car when you want it. And we're going to talk about how everything works here on the allocation process. So the allocation process is broke up in two categories: the first 3 months and then the remaining 9 months. So the first 3 months is a very firm number. No dealer's gonna be able to get more allocations or anything like that. So basically, my dealership, we should be able to hit about 200 allocations this year. I've got about 50%. 45% of those taken so far, and the way that's going to work is production is going to start in December. We're going to see cars on lots in January, and ordering cycle is going to start in August. So next week we're going to see the order guide come out, so you'll be able to sit there and look at the order guide. I'm going to pretty much go over what I think that's going to be here in a second, and production is going to end on the 2020 car. It appears to be in September of 2020. So 2021 model year begins in September as well. I believe the C7 production is going to stop, I think, in August. I have 7 or 8 vehicles that are all going to be built the week of August 15th. So I think that is going to be the last week of production there, because I've never had so many vehicles built all in 1 week, and that's just kind of weird to me. So that's just kind of my thought. Nobody's told me exactly what the production cutoff is. It's not out there yet, but I think August 15th is gonna be the last week of production for the C7, and you can't order a C7 now. They're all done. So let's move on to the Corvette. Let's move on to what's going on here. So we still have a removable roof panel. We have all sorts of new tech stuff in here. I did mention something in the one of my C8 groups. Is I mentioned something about the wheels, and I made a mistake on that, so I want to make sure that that does not go out there and go wrong. So the wheels on this car are going to be 245 35/19s on the front, and then on the back they're actually moving up from 285s to 305. So 305 30/20 on the rear. I had told somebody that they were 285, so I was informed on that aspect of it. But the 305s are really cool, because the 305s is what you're going to see on the SS1LE and the ZL1 car. So that's really cool that we have some 305s on the back. So 2020, we still have 3 types of removable roof panels. We have the body color that's going to be standard, the transparent top where you can see through it, it's transparent, and the visible carbon fiber top. And none of those are really changing any much difference. You still have the body colored on the side of the visible carbon fiber and all that stuff. Ground effects and rocker panels, we have 3 different designs. We have the black, which are going to be the standard, and then you're going to move up to the carbon flash metallic, which is a paint carbon fiber, and then we have the visible carbon fiber. So those are going to be both on the ground effects for the front and for the side. And then we have the new high wing spoiler, which is really, really sweet. I love this high wing spoiler. You see it on the screen here. Raises up, not as high as the ZR1 does now, but still pretty high. Some of the really cool things, and this is something I didn't know. So I've seen this car a long time ago, and I was very lucky to look into it and see it and stuff like that. But one thing I wasn't allowed to look at, I guess 2 things I wasn't allowed to look at, was the front trunk and the engine. They didn't let me see the engine. So I was really surprised when they have a trunk in the back and in the front. That is a huge step for this car. They listened to people. I almost did a video making sure people understood that there's probably going to be no back trunk, but I'm glad I didn't do that video and look foolish, because I look foolish enough on everything else. So it's really cool that we have the new front cargo area, and then it's large enough to carry an airline size overhead bag, so that's perfect. And then the rear trunk can hold 2 golf bags or the removable roof panels, so not both. So and the new feature, we'll get into the new feature here in a second. So then we have 3 different seats. You can see those on the screen now. We have the GT1, GT2, and the competition seats. That's going to be so confusing when we're ordering, but on the GT1 seat, that's going to be standard on the 1 and 2 LT. The GT2 seat is going to be available on the 2 and 3 LT, and then the competition seat is available, I believe, on all of them. I'm going to tell you here in a second just to make sure. And let's talk about the interior of the 1, 2, and 3 LT. So when you're looking at building a car, 1, 2, and 3 LT, with the exception of white iron, I'm going to tell you what that is basically all interior options. It's the same way now. I'm going to link it up above. If you look at my 1, 2, and 3 LT video on the current generation, I've done that video twice. I did it back in 15 and I did it this year. It's all interior except for one thing. So let's hit the 1LT vehicle. So this is a price leader vehicle, lightest car that's available to us. Limited interior options, seat color, and this is going to have the standard 10 Bose speaker system. So we have 3 interior color options, jet black, sky cool gray, and adrenaline red. And then on this one we have the 8-way power GT1 seat standard. It's wrapped in Moulin leather, and then we have the competition seats available in the 1LT as well. So the competition seats are available in all 3 trim levels. Jet black is the only way that comes in the 1LT. For tech, we got Bluetooth, and we have the phone projection, which is your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Comfort and convenience, we have keyless access with push button start. If you ever know that keyless access, that's really hidden up underneath there. That's really cool feature. So driver mode selector, valet mode, dual zone, climate control, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and they're mentioning a cabin air filtration system that every car out there has. Mentioned it right above, 10 speaker Bose system. Do have AM, FM, XM, MP3 Bose audio system with the USB, and you get 3-month trial of the XM radio. In the back for safety, you have the rear vision camera. First time we've ever offered park assist on the car, which is awesome. The park assist is huge. And then we have interior storage, center locking, glove box of the console. Moving to the 2LT, the 2LT has got everything that I just mentioned in the 1LT, and then we're going to go up a couple levels. So we're going to have dual memory. First time we're having dual memory seats in the car. That is sweet. So we're also going to have heated and ventilated seats. We have the rear camera mirror, side blind zone alert, and rear cross traffic alert. We move up to the 14 speaker Bose system. 14 speakers in this little car. This audio is going to sound awesome. It also includes heads-up display, navigation, and performance data recorder. Now, navigation performance data recorder was always an option in the past cars. So now when you go to 2LT and above, it's going to be standard equipment, which is really cool. You have 4 interior color options: jet black, sky cool gray, adrenaline red, and natural. On the natural, not a big fan of that. GT2 seats become available in the 2LT, and you also have 2-tone seats available as well, not to mention the competition seats. I mentioned the navigation, heads-up display, but you also have the wireless phone charging. You have power lumbar wing adjustments, memory seats for both, the 14 speaker. Oh, by the way, that 14 speaker system comes with 1-year OnStar system. And then just like our current car, when you go to a 2LT, we have advanced theft deterrent system and front curb view camera as well. Now we move to the 3LT. The 3LT has got everything I mentioned, plus you get a leather wrapped interior, so you get an upgraded dash and the seats and stuff like that, just current like we do in the 3LT currently. Exclusive interior color options, custom leather wrapped instrument panel and door, suede microfiber upper trim, so all this stuff up here above your head basically. GT2 Napa leather seat and carbon fiber included, and then the GT2 seats are standard along with the competition seats. As we mentioned, and we have 495 horsepower and 475 foot-pounds of torque. We're using the LT2 small block V8 with a dry sump oil system. It's kind of interesting that they're using dry sump. They explained that last night, that they got a really small pan, and I guess they don't need to use a wet sump in this, so that's kind of interesting as well. I'm going to show you that in a video coming up, because I got some really good videos that someone sent me from California that I'm going to show you the undercarriage of the car. It's really cool. And then we have 6, I guess. We have 6 different modes: touring, sport, track, weather, the new Z mode, which is a button on the steering wheel for the Z mode, and my mode. My mode is going to allow you to remember the modes, and so that way you can hit a button or it's automatically there every time you come back. So now currently when you say you have it on sport mode, it automatically sets back to touring mode in the cars now, so you can set that up. Z51 Performance Package. Every car should have Z51 on it. Larger brake rotors, different axle ratios, magnetic ride control is standard, and then performance data recorder as well. So let's go over the 5 modes. So the 5 modes, we got touring mode. This is your comfort, normal driving, good fuel efficiency, sport mode, spirited on-road driving, track mode, only for track use. I tell that to everybody, track use and track use only. Ultimate performance settings, weather mode for rain and snow. The My Mode, driver can set a subset of available settings that can be retained over restarts. Mode selector can be left in My Mode and remain. Factory defaults is touring settings, was I just mentioned there. Z Mode, driver can set any of the variables to their choice plus display settings. Z button on steering wheel to activate when desired. Factory default is a unique combination of track and sport settings. So apparently on this you can pretty much do anything. You can set up exhaust, the suspension, the steering, all of that stuff. And then you know, I think that's really it. So we got 6 different types of wheels. We have a bright silver painted aluminum wheel, which is standard, and then you can move up to the carbon flash painted wheel, the Spectre Gray painted wheel, the Sterling Silver painted wheel, and then you have 2 accessory wheels. The accessory wheels are stuff that you can't order from the factory that you would get from the dealership, the Performance Pewter painted aluminum wheel, and then the black painted aluminum wheel. We have 4 different brake calipers. We have black, edge red, yellow, and bright red. And then we have all sorts of different accessories. I'm gonna throw those on the screen right there. 19-inch front and 20-inch rear spoke wheels, engine cover red, late availability, engine cover silver, late availability, center caps, which we currently have in the Stingray logo, different colors, Corvette script emblem in Arctic white, Corvette script in Elkhart Lake blue, Corvette script in torch red. Fender hash marks, big fan of the fender hash marks, really like that. Grille inserts for carbon fiber, grill insert, ground effects kit, carbon fiber, I mentioned that earlier, ground effects visible carbon fiber, ground effects kit molded in color, so that's pretty cool. High wing spoiler in Arctic white, torch red, black, and shadow gray, so there's only a couple colors there. High wing spoiler in carbon flash metallic. Mirror caps in visible carbon fiber, removable transparent top, mentioned that. Rocker panel extension, and splash guards as well. Interior, you got cargo net, collapsible cargo organizer. I think the cargo organizer is going to be really cool. Premium carpeted floor mats like we currently have, and illuminated sill plate with Stingray logo. That's the late availability. So I'm really excited to see that stuff. And the rest of the stuff, we got covers, we got rear fascia protectors, we got first aid kits, battery protection package. If you don't drive your car all the time, the battery protection package is well worth it. All right, so there you go. Super long video, I know. I don't like making these long videos, but there's so much information out there. And of course, you've got to remember that this car has not been revealed for even anywhere close to 24 hours. It is 7:41 Eastern time right now, and it's just amazing on how much information is out there. When I came in this morning, I was not expecting to already have my allocations. I was not expecting to have all the information that I got. I was not expecting to have the trim levels. I was actually expecting that next week when the order guide comes out. So I was awesome that I got that information. So I read over it as fast as I could, as thoroughly as I could, to get the information out there. So there should be no mistakes in here. I think I caught the couple ones that I did, but if there are mistakes and you're talking to me, I'll make sure they're corrected and we can have that awesome communication. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out ChevyDudeStore.com, get your swag. Canadians, we got you key tag. There's only 100 of them, so get them now. And then if you're on Facebook and want to join my Facebook group, it's right there as well. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day and drive safely.